Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Just want to say congrats to the winners, and you didn't even have to be on the Patreon this week. We gave this one out for free the other day at the end of the live stream. If you watch the work, you get rewarded. We talked about why the Chiefs should pick up this win in Germany, the first game of the day over Miami, which they did. And I gave you a different reason for why they should win, but we had more reasons on Patreon. And here's really the thing that was super twisted about this game. Andy Reid, who's the current coach of the Chiefs, who last year beat his former team, the Philadelphia Eagles, in the rigged Super Bowl, getting his 269th career win, the 57th prime, for Super Bowl 57. Today, he tied Hank Stram, the founder of the Kansas City Chiefs, with his 124th regular season win with the Chiefs. Again, he has wins with the Eagles and the Chiefs. But he tied Hank Stram today, who's this legendary name in the NFL. And notice, Hank Stram died in history on July 4th. Like 3 of the first 5 U.S. presidents died on that day. And somebody, somehow, some way, people don't blink eyes at these things even though they should. It's weird. 3 of the first 5 presidents dead on the nation's birthday. It seems a little weird. But Hank Stram also died on July 4th. And notice, from his death anniversary to today is 124 days later. Today, Andy Reid gets his 124th regular season win, tying Hank Stram with 124 regular season wins. And this happens quite often with this international series where there's these milestones that are hit in these games over in Europe, again, where this whole system came from. Out here in Seattle, Washington, where I'm from, it was a few years back. The Seahawks from the 206 area code beat the Raiders in England 206 weeks after the teams had last played each other, and Pete Carroll became the winningest coach in Seattle history. And then the very next day, the owner of the Seattle Seahawks, Paul Allen, died. Bill Gates' old wingman. But yeah, it wasn't just the 124 thing. The thing I told you about the other day was the symbolism of the Steelers' Thursday night football win and what it set up for this game. So again, gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. The cipher that matters most is this dark blue cipher, the alphabetic order with the numerology. If you write out Frankfurt Stadium, where today's game was, it equals 67, right? 67. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse with numerology, Kansas City 67 as well. Kansas City was considered the home team today, even though the game was in Germany at Frankfurt Stadium. Well, the Chiefs picked up Frankfurt Stadium, where the game was. They picked up the 67th home win of the entire season for all games played in the most perfect location, in a huge ritual. And we know this 67 number, it's evil too. It's used in a lot of evil rituals. For example, satanic is 67, and killer's 67, and blood sacrifice is 67, and human sacrifice is 67. And I have no doubt that Hank Stram was once upon a time a human sacrifice, and someday Mahomes will be, and someday Andy Reid will be, just like a lot of people who've been in these leagues. And remember, last year, we had the Chiefs in the Super Bowl on August 24th, 2022, because Kansas City Chiefs equals 172, and that day was 172 days before the Super Bowl, and who died that day? Len Dawson, the Chiefs quarterback that took them to Super Bowl 1 and 4, drops dead on Kobe Bryant Day, who's from Philly, 172 days before the Super Bowl, between the Chiefs and Philly. And of course, right after Kobe died, the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl in forever, the first for Mahomes. And don't forget, Kobe Bean Bryant, his full name's 54, died the Sunday before Super Bowl 54. Joe Montana's also 54. That was the Joe Montana Bowl. His Chiefs beat his former 49ers. He wore 16 with the Niners. He wore 19 with the Chiefs. It was the 2019 season. Chiefs win. And again, the last home win of the season was Thursday night football by the Steelers. You see how number of the beast is 66? They got the 66th home win, and the Steelers also got their 666th franchise regular season win. The Steelers became 666 and 574 and 22. And again, we've talked about 666 and 66 a million times. Again, New Testament's also 66. The 66th book of the Bible teaches about 666, the mark of the beast. You see how New Testament's 42 and 66? Look at the word math. 42, 66. The New Testament begins with the 42 generations to Jesus in Matthew, the fourth book of the Bible's Numbers. Again, this is why they're doing this every day. It's a biblical, Kabbalistic code. As I've explained a million times, the language, the English language, and the Gregorian calendar named after the Pope are perfectly in sync. This was all done in the 16th century, and history's unfolded this way ever since. Even irrelevant history like pro sports. And really, that's what pro sports are. They are irrelevant history, but they're the history that most people know about because most people only care about the irrelevant. They don't care about the things that actually matter in their lives. How many people have been outraged in the last 3 years about the tyranny that's taken place in this world? Hardly anybody. How many people have been outraged in the last 3 years about their sports team losing? We're talking about billions of people. But, here's the other magic of the Steelers being at 666 wins. And like I always say, it's the Jesuits who've done this. Look at the Steelers' next game. Their next game is against the Packers, who they played in Super Bowl 45. And it's going to be on November 12th. And as we'll get to, let me scroll down. All right, their last game was the Titans, November 2nd, Thursday Night Football. Next game is against the Packers on November 12th. The Steelers' next game is against Green Bay. Green Bay beat the Steelers in Super Bowl 45. Aaron Rodgers' only Super Bowl win to date. And look at this. Super Bowl 45 was February 6th, 2011, okay? February 6th, 2011, Super Bowl 45. Look at this. From February 6th, if I can click on the right things here. February 6th to the upcoming game, November 12th. And by the way, that's the Jesuit Order Superior General's birthday. The leader of the Jesuits, his birthday is November 12th, Arturo Sosa. But look at this. From the game to that game is 666 weeks on the nose. So the Steelers are going to come in with 666 regular season wins to face the Packers in this match. And consider the Packers were the first ever team to win a Super Bowl. And the first Super Bowl season was the 66 season, 1966, Packers over Chiefs. The Super Bowl was played at the beginning of 67, but it was the 66 season. And the over-under for Thursday Night Football was set at 36, and the final score was 20-16. And we speculated the final score might be 20-16 because the date numerology was 20. The Titans lost. Titans equals 20. They represent Tennessee, the 16th state. But they set the over-under at 36, and there ended up being exactly 36 points scored. If you add 1 through 36 together, it equals 666. And that's the lowest over-under I've seen this year for any football game in prime time. And realize it's not an accident. This is why Vegas knows what to set the over-unders and the spreads at, because it's all scripted. So they got the over-under at 36 on the night the Steelers pick up their 666th win. Again, 666 is the 36th triangular number. And, you know, you get a 36-point ball game, sets up the ritual perfectly for the Chiefs. Just like what we talked about. We talked about the Steelers take care of the 6-6 ritual on Thursday. It gives us a very strong ritual for the Chiefs in Germany. We thought Chiefs would cover the spread today. They won by 7. I thought they might win by 9. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they only won by 9 or by 7. They still covered the spread. You see how Florida's 65? The Chiefs are now plus 65 in points scored for the season. You run it in reverse. Florida's 124, like how Andy Reid beats the Florida team, the Miami Dolphins, 124 days after Hank Stram's birthday to tie his mark. And if I didn't say so already, today's remember the 5th of November, the very important date of the Jesuits, the day leaving 56 days left in the year. Notice the first game of the day is in Frankfurt, which also equals 56. But again, this is why this knowledge is so paramount. It shows you just how rigged the game is, as we show, you know, year after year, how the sports are connected to the history, to the politics, to the news. And you can also see that it's literally satanic. It's literally satanic. And that's why you shouldn't be going to these games. Doesn't matter if you're not religious. Even if you're not religious, I'm sure you still understand good and evil. These sports leagues are evil. Let's just use that term. These sports leagues are evil. They kill people. They sacrifice people for ritual. They sync up the games with it. Dick butt kiss? How blatant was that? How blatant was the dick butt kiss ritual? And that was because of the dick butt kiss ritual, as sad as it is, I mean, we helped a lot of people multiply their money times 10 that night. Hit like every prop bet, huge Bears upset. It's blatant. And it's like the sorcerers of these leagues know that the people of the world are under a spell. Otherwise, they wouldn't be killing Dick Butkus before the Bears in prime time with the big upset and first win of the season. You know? These people that run the show, you know, they're doing the real magic. They got people under a spell, so they cannot see the obvious. They keep marching into these stadiums where the games just couldn't be any more obviously rigged. And yeah, so anyhow, congrats to the winners. Don't use your money to go to the games. Shouldn't be doing that. You don't want to support these leagues. You don't want to be investing in their evil. Essentially, that's what you're doing if you go to the games. You're investing in evil. So, all right. Shout out to Nathan, always generous. Thank you, Nathan. And shout out to 13 Serpents as well. Can't stop these gentlemen's generosity. And appreciate both of them. I'm not sure 13 Serpents has come out and pounded pavement with us because I don't know exactly who 13 Serpents is, but Nathan, of course, has been out there. Shout out to both of you. And yeah, there's even more that could be said about all this, but again, you keep the videos shorter. Seems like more people watch them. And since we got some decent weather here, I think I'm going to go wash the cars. We haven't had roads around here. They tore out all the roads around our house to do a major project. So we've been driving on these dirt, nasty roads for a while. Our cars are filthy. So anyway, little car washing time. Again, congrats to the winners. Don't spend all your money in one place. And until next time. Here, just, let me address one thing before I leave. Just people who leave comments like this, like, you just got to be a troll. You got to be just a troll. No offense, even if you got good points, but nothing today was about Gematria, right? That's why it all lines up perfect week after week. Like, I don't know if you're a troll or a moron, but people like you just need to learn to, be quiet, stand in the back of the room where the rest of the irrelevant people are, and not say anything. I mean, how dumb. Did you watch the video? God. That's why a democracy will never work, you guys. A democracy is just a dumb idea. Again, all people aren't created equal. Just to rant about a few things that are also true. All people are not created equal, okay? They're not. That's why there's great people in this world and there's a bunch of losers. The great people are few and far between. And again, it's like a great person's opinion's worth a million lemmings' opinions. A million lemmings in America, their opinion's not worth as much as mine, just to be fair. And I don't care how arrogant you think that is. It's true. Here's me, the rare outlier who's seen it through all of this nation the whole time I've been here, what a load of shit it is, from coming up in slave school to the elections to 9/11 to the rest of it. And then you think about the millions of lemmings in this nation that just can't figure out any of it. That their opinions aren't worth as much. Sorry. That guy who just left that comment right there, that's a lemming. Irrelevant opinion. So, irrelevant people, learn your place. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Till next time.